Namaste, Jai Bharat. I think it was yesterday or the day before, I was talking about Dharma. And I also said that for a Hindu and also for someone in the Bharatiya Sanskriti, Dharma is at every step of his existence. And here, when I say Hindu, I use the term in a connotative sense, that is to stand for Bharatiya Sanskriti. Sanskriti has to be translated into English as culture, albeit the concept of Sanskriti is much wider than the concept of culture, where culture is refined human existence and Sanskriti is refined human existence upon a knowledge tradition which is the Veda-Upanishadic knowledge tradition with an inbuilt longing towards the transcendental. This has to be thought about and understood. So it's a Sanskriti, that's what I mean when I say Hindu, for the want of a better term, of course. And in as a matter of fact, even in practical level, Hindu functions as a great Sanskriti. And so long as the Sanskriti functions, every step is regulated by Dharma. That's why you find a transparency when Hindus, archetype Hindus, are in charge of Bharat, not duplicate adulterated Hindus as it was in the past many times. So when archetype Hindus are in the governance of Bharat, you will find this transparency because of the functioning of Dharma in their lives, in their politics, in their governance, in their attitude towards the world, in their dealings with others, and in their honesty and expression of honesty. And we have many dharmic texts, and we have importantly one political text which tells what ought to be politics. That's by Arya Chanakya, Vishnugupta. And that also, if you read Arthashastra and go through the entire activities of Arya Chanakya, you will find a lot of activities, lot of political, geopolitical techniques, lot of geopolitical traps to get the enemy trapped. But you will not find something which is not Dharma in his entire operatives. You cannot find and you will not find adharma. Many dharmic texts we have, and when you talk about laws, we have the ordinances of Manu, first ever text, Sanskrit text, translated into a European language, which was Dutch, not English. But not first ever Sanskrit text translated into another language. In Persian, they have translated a lot of Sanskrit texts, but to European language, Manusmriti, that gives you the ordinances of Manu, the codes and conducts, etc. And Chanakya Nidhi and Arthashastra teaches you political economy in modern terms, where you cannot, if you search through and through, you would not find something which is not based on Dharma. Whereas we have political philosophies, acharyas, legends. I'm leaving the Greeks aside because all Greek philosophers, perhaps all Greek philosophers, they were concerned about statecraft all the time. At the same time, they were concerned of metaphysics, epistemology, etc. But they were equally concerned about statecrafts. But then that is not the kind of politics which comes to European knowing and doing in a later stage after the papacy, after 1,000 years of medieval history. We have, let me pick up two names that comes to my mind. Is one is Francis Bacon, who is Sir Francis Bacon, and Machiavelli. You read their texts, either Novum Organon or prints and other writings, or read any books on political thoughts in Europe, you will find inevitably two ingredients which are lies and deceits, which is missing in Bharat. And that's why in today's troubled geopolitics, Bharat gets acceptance by all only because of our transparency and only because of the Dharma that we trained. When Bharat is ruled by Bharatiyas, this was bound to happen. This was bound to happen, and that's simply happening. And some people say that the world is amazed to see that Bharat becomes friendly with everybody. Yeah, we have no enemies. We have no enemies. Pakistan is enemy because they can't afford not to consider us as their enemy. That's the way they have been trained. Look at this man who is sitting in US and who is sanctioning raw and RSS. He's sitting in US. It's inescapable for him. He has to do that. His mind has been patterned. So this is the aspect behind the acceptance that Bharat gets. No game, no gimmicks, no techniques. It's simple, pure honesty, uprightness, and transparency. We shall meet again. Namaste. Jai Bharat, Jai Sri Ram.